Welcome to the Big Match Revisited, a chance to look back at the way football was televised more than 4 decades ago. This edition was shown in October 1976, when James Callaghan was the Prime Minister, punk rock was just getting started, and the British transfer record was £350,000. Settle down for some football nostalgia, with host and commentator Brian Moore.
And a warm welcome again to the Big Match. And with so many First Division games postponed yesterday to accommodate the training plans of the managers of England, Scotland and Northern Ireland World Cup squads, you might be excused for thinking it was a fairly colourless day of football. Far from it, in fact, as you'll see in the next hour, as we bring you 2 games from the Second Division and 1 from the Third that between them produced exciting football and 14 goals. The main match, Charlton Athletic against Hull City, and our guest from that game, Derek Hales, the Charlton striker who just can't stop scoring goals. Backed up, in fact, by a 7-goal extravaganza as Nottingham Forest face Sheffield United. And then from the Third Division, Brighton and Hove Albion, their visit to Bury. But first of all, we need to go down to South London, to the Valley, the home of Charlton Athletic, with the flag flying proudly there, but also with a special visitor, a 4.5-month-old lioness named Lisa. You might say it was a nifty bit of upstaging of Hull City there, because they, of course, are known as the Tigers. And certainly Lisa seemed very much at home there, even in the goalmouth. I wonder how Derek Hales would feel about trying to put one past her. So much then for the Lioness, because now here come the Tigers, out to face a Charlton side that scored 6 in their last home game, and here's the Charlton team. Wood in goal, a back 4 of Berry, Giles, Curtis and Warman. In the middle, Bowman, Hunt and Peacock. And then up front, Powell, Hales and Flanagan, with Hammond the substitute. The best known amongst the Charlton players, of course, these days, and indeed it's our guest today, Derek Hales, here you might say in his working clothes. 10 goals already to his credit this season. As for Hull City, this is their side. Whelan's in goal, a back 4 of Daniel, Haig, Croft and De Vries. 4 in the middle as well, Hawley, Nisbet, Billy Bremner and Galvin. And then up front, Sunley and Hemmerman with their substitute, Staniforth. First away game, of course, for their new signing from Leeds United, Billy Bremner, the man they hope will spread his experience around the Hull City team. And the referee today at the Valley is Ken Baker from Rugby, and the crowd, just over 10,000, waits for the start.
So Hull City now kick off, attacking the goal to our left, in white shirts, black shorts. Charlton in their customary red with white shorts. Hull, who've not made a bad start to this season, lying 7th in the table, and with the impetus of Billy Bremner hoping that they can go on improving on that. Well, that was a bad start there for Paul Haig, the number 6. Daniel poised beneath this one, winning it well in the air. Nisbet giving it away there to Warman. Here's Flanagan now for Charlton. Hales waiting in the middle. Quick to spot that one. Well, he showed a lot of his qualities there. He's dynamite in the box, and he just put a little 3 or 4 yard sprint in that almost got him through. Good jump by Lersbury. Jim Giles. Hunt to Curtis. Galvin. I think we should see him performing much more in the middle of the field than down the left flank in his number 11 shirt. Bowman cutting that out. A little bit of aggression there, sending Colin Powell on his way for Charlton. Flanagan making a well-timed run. Oh my goodness, almost a goal, and really a beautiful run by Flanagan. That cross came floating in. Flanagan on the far side of the defence, but wide of the post. Powell. Now there's the acceleration. Might come through to Hales. He turns it on and very nearly got it back from Flanagan. That very nearly opened up a golden opportunity for Charlton Athletic. Peter Hunt doing well there. Galvin turning it back to Croft. Chip forward again towards Sunby, but Bob Curtis is there for Charlton. Hull's throw. Roger de Vries. Over 200 appearances he's made for Hull. He's been there some 6 or 7 seasons now. Well, he won't be very pleased with that throw, or indeed with the performance of Jeff Henneman, who really didn't come for it. Here's Powell. Now here's Henneman. Powell again. Little nick through there for Bowman. Croft away. Giles. Powell to Jim Giles. And another corner to Charlton. That time off Stuart Croft. So the big number 5 that they bought from Exeter stays up. Colin Powell takes another corner for Charlton. Again, floated in there. Few headers there, and Hales! Well, what a tremendous goal-scoring record that fellow's got. As that corner came floating in again, they gave him a yard at the far side, and he's never likely to miss from that sort of range. Derek Hales putting Charlton 1-0 into the lead. 11 goals now in the last 11 games. 28 in the league last season. And really Charlton's insurance that you're always going to get a bit of excitement at the Valley when that fella in the number 8 shirt is playing. So it'll make everybody a little more positive, particularly Hull in defence, I would have thought. Berry tried to get that one away and couldn't. Nisbet certainly couldn't get on target with it. Haig coming for this one. The blonde-haired lad with the Uli Hoeneß haircut. Warman back to Berry. Berry to Giles. Here's Bowman. Clipped in very well indeed there by Bowman for Flanagan. Hales again. Oh, and he missed his kick. So Haig for Hull. Quarter out of half-time, 1-0. This is the fellow who's scored the goal, Derek Hales. Galvin. Bowman doing well to stick with him. Everybody claiming it's their ball. The linesman giving it to Hull. Roger de Vries. Chris Galvin. And Colin Powell for Charlton. To Hales. A little touch for Hunt. Powell again. Long raking stride. Warm. Powell has continued his run. And Warman couldn't quite pick him up, but now he has. Well, he's gone past him. And he's got a good cross in. Oh, what a goal! Hales again! A masterly goal by the man who always seems to get them. Derek Hales. Colin Powell coming across to congratulate him. And Powell's work in it was tremendous. Down that left-hand side. Jimping and darting and finally getting it across. And what about that for a volley on the turn? Derek Hales, his second goal, and the second for Charlton, with 32 minutes gone. A brilliant goal by the man who takes his tally now to 12 for the season. Unquestionably the man who made it, Colin Powell, switching wings superbly and finding a lovely pass for his number 8. Now there's a lot for Hull to do. They've got a corner. Well, it looked to me as though the last person to touch it was De Vries. Galvin with that little cross. Hales right back there, heading it away now. Haig, Nisbet. That's a good shot, but a little too high. A long way out. That's the Charlton pitch. A good deal more composed and happier. Peacock finding this man, Powell again. Curtis sprung a few people forward of Charlton. Oman. Curtis towards Flanagan. Hales is there. Now it's Flanagan again. Gone past Croft. And Nisbet had to knock that one away for another Charlton corner. Begin to turn on the style of it, Charlton. And it really is their style to come forward in numbers, and it's the style and always has been of their manager, Andy Nilsson. Change the corner technique this time as Flanagan takes it. Instead of Colin Powell dinking it towards the near post and the number 2 Les Berry, it's Flanagan curling in swingers. It's a better looking one. Berry in fact got the header in there. Warman had it kicked off the line by Croft, and Hull were all over the place. The header came in, Berry did well, and Warman almost forced it over the line. Warman with a throw. Very nearly scored a third goal. Here's Hales, who's got 2 already. Berry almost got in there with a shot. Bremner going in hard. Hales coming in again. Well, it's really all hands to the pumps in that Hull City defence at the moment. They're being put under pressure now with Powell. Dinking another one in towards Derek Hales. And a corner shot. Yes, on the far side to Charlton Athletic. Paul Haig having plenty to say for himself. Cross with a certain amount of the slack marking in the Hull City defence. Everyone knows they've got enough problems already. Powell and Peacock there, and it's Powell who takes the corner. Backward header there, and Berry forced it almost over the line. A good save that time by Williams. Again, they're pushing all their defenders up, and as that one came in, the number 2 Les Berry almost forced it over the line. Galvin, Hawley on the far side. Daniel. A little chip in again towards Sunley. Berry went with him very well, got the header in. Hemmerman. Now Peacock. Flanagan's glancing header if Hales can get there, and he can. Well, that was very nearly an excellent ball. Unfortunately for him, it fell for De Vries. Galvin. Nisbet. Now Daniel as we come to injury time at the end of the first half. Sunley. And now Hawley. Fair little chip in there towards Galvin. Well, are they going to get something? Yes, they have, right on half-time. Hull have pulled one back through Chris Galvin. And really, there seemed to be no danger when that ball came floating in, and there'll be an inquest in that Charlton defence as to how it was that Galvin could have room on that far post and whacked it in to the roof of that Charlton net. Charlton 2, Hull City 1. And the scorer, Chris Galvin. Well, it's a good moment to get back into the game as the whistle goes for half-time. Well, that'll certainly add a good deal of interest to that second half. After Derek Hales had put Charlton firmly in the driving seat with a simple header and then a superb volley. The number 11 there for Hull City, Chris Galvin, getting one back, as you saw, right on half-time. So a lot more to come on the big match this afternoon, and quite an entertaining second half in prospect here as well. A half-time score then at the Valley in this second division game. Charlton 2, Hull City 1. We'll be right back with the second half. Welcome back to the Valley then. Keith Peacock here. Quite a reunion, in fact, for him, because he played against Billy Bremner here on this ground 12 years ago when Leeds came down to play Charlton in the second division. But there's nothing very sentimental about the meeting really this afternoon. Both sides out for points. At the moment it's Charlton leading by 2-1. And getting a free kick straight away for that foul on Richie Bowman. Real tough little midfield player, this blonde-haired number 10. Peacock will take the free kick. Hales making a run towards the near post, a man who's on a hat-trick, of course. Warman. Well, that wasn't his favourite foot. Galvin giving it away to Powell. Another free kick. No, nothing given there. Curtis, and now Billy Bremner. Hunt coming up behind to dispossess him. Good determined play there by Peter Hunt, but unfortunately the pass wasn't a very good one at the end of it. Hemmerman putting it to Galvin. Cut out by Curtis. Back to his goalkeeper, Jeff Wood. Crowd getting a little restless. Very scrappy first 11 minutes of the second half, but a great ball there from Bob Curtis. If Mike Flanagan can get onto it, and he might yet. Oh, and a good save there by Whelan. Oh, and just pushed wide by Derek Hales. Well, Charlton nearly made something out of nothing there, but what a great ball from Bob Curtis. Flanagan was onto it, he slipped, he picked himself up, he brought out a good save from Whelans, and Derek Hales was what? A yard away from getting a hat-trick. Suddenly after this. Played here for Daniel. Well, the shot was charged down by Curtis, and it was as well that he was allowed to go a long way. Flanagan now. Warman. Peter Daniel with the throw for Hull. Finding Stuart Croft. Bowman went in there and could have injured himself badly, and he took the risk, and in fact he got nothing out of it as Roger de Vries brings it up now and finds Billy Bremner for Hull. Bremner giving it away. Now Bowman. Bremner after him. Oh, quite a collision there between Bowman and Bremner. Hunt, beautiful ball. Warman. Good strong challenge by Hawley and a bit of shirt pulling, and in fact the whistle had gone for the foul in the first place apparently by Hawley on Warman. And a free kick to Charlton. Peacock telling Flanagan to get down that wing. Now it's with Powell. Now it's with Flanagan. Got his cross in well. Hales with a header. Oh, they very nearly gave away something there. Flanagan's little cross. Hale's given room inside the area again. Got down on his knees to head it. And it could so easily have been turned into goal by a Hull defender. Hunt. Berry winning it in the air. Peacock nodding it on. Flanagan. Oh, nicely into the path of Hales. Is this the hat-trick for him? It could be. No, he hit the post. My goodness, he couldn't have got closer. He did so well. He rounded the ball. He dummied and he shot. The goalkeeper saved it, pushed against the post, and Hales denied again. Hunt being hustled into that error by Billy Bremner. Hull still only this one goal down. Oh, and they could so easily have been level there, as Galvin's shot was only held at the second attempt by Jeff Wood, and Hemmerman was very nearly in to prod the loose ball into the net. So Sunley's coming off. Going off, and here is Gordon Standiforth coming on. Oh, this might be the chance for Standiforth, just over the top. Well, Giles and Curtis got themselves in a tangle there, trying to get it back to Wood, and the little substitute nipped in and just nicked it over the goalkeeper's head. But unfortunately for him as well, just over the crossbar too. And that really has got to be a warning to Charlton in the 12 minutes or so that remain. Badly need a third goal. Croft winning it in the air. Giles winning that one as well. Here's Bremner telling Hawley to get down the wing. It's with Daniel. Bremner making a run as well. That's a nice ball played for Billy Bremner, and Wood's in a bit of trouble. Got it in the second time just before Hawley got in, but that was the great influence there of Billy Bremner, making a lovely dash down there. The ball was played nicely for him by Daniel. His cross had Wood in a bit of trouble. Standiforth. Crowd are howling for Charlton to get the ball away from the danger area as Daniel plants it in there again. Here's Hawley. Daniel again. Nisbet. Taken nicely by Flanagan, but only at the expense of a corner. And for this, they've brought up their big number 5. Stuart Croft coming up. Galvin's going to take it. Played short to Daniel. Nice cross again. Oh, and it went against the crossbar. Across against the crossbar there from Hemmerman. Floated in very nicely indeed by Galvin. And Hull really have had no luck in this last 5 minutes. Hales beautifully timed run again. Really stretching those legs. Brought down free kick. Really is supercharged over the first 10 yards. Robitaille in a defence that gives him a yard or two in the box. Down go the socks, off come the pads. Charlton prepare to take this free kick. 5 minutes to go. Peacock's going to take it. Hales looking for a hat-trick. Berry coming up fast from the back. 6'2" defender. It won't reach him. And it's there by Hales. It's his hat-trick. Pads in one hand, arm aloft, ball in the back of the net. As that came across the face of the Hull goal, it didn't look as though it would possibly get to Hales, but it did on the far side, and again he got in low. Past Whelan's into the back of the net. Charlton 3, Hull 1. And a goal that Charlton really needed, because Hull had been coming back so hard at them. Free kick for Charlton. That just about makes it safe for them. The last seconds of the game now. Curtis going forward to take that ball from Powell. Played back again for Colin Powell. Little dummy. Not a good cross. Hawley. Well, thank you very much, says Curtis. Given to him by a Hull player. There's the cross coming in. Hales with a header. Blow me, he was no more than a yard away from his fourth goal. The ball badly given away by Hull. Curtis's cross, tailor-made again for Derek Hales. A glancing header just beyond the far post. Hull coming as 7th in the table. They'll lose a place or two now, I would think, as they are beaten here tonight by 3-1. All 3 goals for Charlton Athletic, coming from the man who knows all about scoring. Derek Hales taking his tally with those 3 today to 13 for the season, and still increasing further the price on his head. Chris Galvin having scored the sole goal for Hull City right on the stroke of half-time. So, final scoreline at the Valley. Charlton 3, Hull 1.
And it's a victory that takes Charlton into the top half of the table now, in 7th place, in fact. And here's the man whose goals really made it possible. Welcome to Derek Hales. Derek, before we talk about you, though, let's talk basically about the game, because it looked as a couple of times as though you could run riot there, Charlton, and yet you were struggling a bit there towards the end until you got that last goal. Is that the way Charlton always seem to keep their fans on tenterhooks?
Well, we seem to do it a hell of a lot, but we was 2 up and plain sailing, really, and like you've seen the game, we could have been 5 or 6 up with a bit of luck. And then all of a sudden, one little lapse, I think it initially come from me.
Yeah.
I tried a long cross ball to Paddy Bell with my bad foot, and it didn't make it. I know it's gone from the halfway line. There was a long cross, and the fella was on his own, and then that was just for half-time, and then you're on your haunches, isn't it?
Yeah.
And especially with the away sides, they come out and they've got a chance, and for 20 minutes or so, we never got into it in the second half.
Must be a nice side for you to play in, actually, Charlton, because you believe in attacking. That's always been Andy Nelson's policy. Yeah, so you get plenty of scope, don't you?
We do. It's a pleasure playing, really. I think if we didn't attack so much, I wouldn't get so many chances, and I wouldn't score so many goals. But it's a nice way of playing, anyway. Yeah.
And you've got, what, 29, is it, in the last 29 games, I'm told? 13 now this season. No end to it, really, is there?
Yeah. I wish I could do it every week. I'm Roy of the Rovers or something.
But in fact, you got close to that magic 30 goals last year, and you must be hoping that you can do that this year.
Well, I'll keep earning my money, and that's why I earn my money. I get a few goals and it pays the mortgage and whatever.
A lot of people say, you know, surely he could also get him in the First Division. I mean, Charlton say you're not for sale. But do you have a hankering to play in the First Division?
Oh, I'd like to. I think when you're playing in the game, you might as well go to the top wherever you can. But that's for the club to decide.
But before you finish, Derek, I mean, you would see yourself maybe giving the First Division a go.
I'd like to have a go if someone give me the opportunity. But while I'm in the second, I've just got to keep doing my job. So.
Well, you do your job fantastically well in the penalty area, as we saw yesterday again with that hat-trick, and I'm sure you'd like to see those 3 goals again. The first one, of course, from another of these delicate little corners of Colin Powell. Tell us about this goal now, Derek.
Well, we do a lot of these things in training from corners and that, and the governor was having a go at us yesterday that we haven't really scored as many as we should have done in corners, and he said that we had to have a bit more movement. But there's a little flick on there from Phil Woolman, and we've worked it so many times, it just copybook stuff, really, yeah.
But this is a marvellous goal. I didn't realise until we looked at it again today just what a part Colin Powell played in. There he is, number 7, right on his own goal line. Now just watch that number 7 go. Your little touch coming up there. But tell us about Colin Powell, because there he is again on the ball.
Yeah, it's magic, fella, when he gets...
Look at him go there.
Road runner,
Call him the road runner.
yeah, well, I think he is. When he gets going, I don't think there's many that can keep up with him.
Nice dummy coming up here.
Little left foot. It's on his bad foot as well. Surprised it come across.
Was that your good foot?
Yeah, that's my good foot, yeah. It was Paddy's bad one.
Actually, I tell you what, it had almost a look of Gert Muller about that one.
Yeah, a lot of people said I look a bit like him. So I'm short and stocky and bandy-legged and airy and one thing and another.
Well, I tell you what, you've also made some marvellous runs from the middle of the field. People who say you only do your work in the penalty area are wrong, because that was a beautifully timed run. And there were several of those yesterday, Derek. And he just nicks you there, doesn't he?
I'm glad you said that, Brian. Yeah. You see the game, I didn't do so bad yesterday.
And then this is the third, led in fact from this free kick to the third
well,
goal.
that's another thing with little free kicks, like, and it come off there, fella, yeah. Thanks very much. No.
Have you set yourself a target for this season in terms of goals?
No, not really. I think if you're playing and everything considered, if you can get 20, I said the last time I was on this, get 20 goals. But if you get 20, you're doing your job. And then when you get 20 about Christmas time, you've got
A chance of getting the third.
you've got a chance of getting the third, yeah.
Derek, thanks very much for coming in today, and it was a real pleasure to see a fellow whacking the balls into the back of the net as you did yesterday, even though Hull City may not agree. And
cheers,
I hope it goes on as well for you this season. Thanks a lot, Derek. Incidentally, I mentioned in the commentary yesterday that Keith Peacock of Charlton and Billy Bremner, then of Leeds United, played against each other 12 years ago at Charlton. And here, in fact, is that programme. You see Keith Peacock there? And Billy Bremner, number 4 for Leeds then. And just look at some of those Charlton names too. Mike Bailey, the Wolves skipper, in fact, who was at the Valley yesterday, playing number 4. Lenny Glover played number 11. Eddie Fermani, number 9. Leeds won that game 2-0. And I should say they're doing quite a good trade in old programmes down at Charlton. They've even got an old programme fair at the ground on Monday week. But now it's time for some more action. And for the second successive week, we've been able to pick up some action from that high-flying third division side, Brighton and Hove Albion. Last week we were on the south coast to see them draw 1-1 with Crystal Palace. Now they're in Lancashire to face Bury at Gig Lane. The pictures come from Granada Television. Commentators Gerald Sinstadt. Brighton are in the dark shirts.
Foul given against Rollings for a push on Spence. Kennedy. Header by Rowland. And there's the first goal. Put in well by Woolfall. A nice deep cross. A good jump by Andy Rowland. And Woolfall running in, stabbed it underneath Mellor for his 4th goal of the season. Spence. Spence again. Stumbled. Play on, says the referee. Kennedy. Defence coming out, but Wilson stayed back and played them onside. And Woolfall a good shot and a brilliant save by Grummett. Good cross. Fell nicely for Woolfall. He struck it well, but Grummett's reflexes were great. Is John Thompson. Phillips. Spence playing it back to Williams. And Williams letting one go, and Grummett had to go down well to save that. Williams collecting that ball around the edge of the centre circle, seeing a gap ahead of him, strode forward about a dozen yards and really let go. And again, a class save from Peter Grummett. Williams now. Run well with the ball, made some very incisive runs for Bury in the first half. Spence. And Wilson caught napping there by the opportunism of Woolfall, and he's got his second goal! Years old, this boy, but the aplomb of a veteran. His enthusiasm won him the ball, and when he got it back the second time, you couldn't have found a calmer player to play that little chip over the goalkeeper and just inside the far post. Woolfall. Spence coming back in. Woolfall couldn't get the centre over, but he can get the corner. Oh, Woolfall, he'll have enjoyed this afternoon. Ron Phillips to take the corner. Swinging it in towards the near post, and Spence has done it! Well, Derek Spence has had a bad afternoon on the ground, but he's been jumping well all the time, and that was a good corner from Phillips, coming in at the near post. Spence was up like a bird, and the ball was in off the far post, and that is 3-0.
Our last match today brings together Nottingham Forest, being taken well forward now by that well-known combination of Brian Clough and Peter Taylor, and Sheffield United, where manager Jimmy Cyril is striving so hard to stop the slide that took them out of the First Division. Nottingham Forest against Sheffield United, ATV's cameras there, commentator Hugh Johns, Forest in the dark shirts.
Robertson. With foul, a tackle from behind, making contact. John Flynn, the culprit. Clark picking up Robertson. And they just let him pick his spot for that corner, and comes to Martin O'Neill, and there's got to be one goal. No! Is that in and out? Well, well, well. There's Curran coming in now. And it goes for the corner. Well, that was a remarkable let-off. Sheffield United all standing about. Sheffield United standing about as Robertson knocks this ball in. Comes to O'Neill. He has all the time in the world. Now this ball, does it go in under the bar? It does, and out again, but it didn't cross the line. Here's the corner now. Played Brown. Did very well under a lot of pressure from Peter Widd then. So Robertson to sling this corner in. Going near post. Guthrie got it away. Clark heads in there. Offside surely, Bowyer. No, he's all right. Eddie Cahoon can hardly believe it. Bowyer has made it 1-0 Forest. We've been playing for 11 minutes. The Forest fans have gone wild. But clearly there has got to be a little bit of argument about the legality of that. Here's the corner coming in. We'll look for Bowyer as the ball is cleared out. Was he onside? Well, no, it looked very much as though number 3, Garner, kept him onside. Robertson now coming out for Forest. Well intercepted by Ludlam. And that's Edwards. Well, that was a bad mistake by Edwards, an equally bad one, I think, by Middleton, because he came, stopped. He should have come all the way. Having come that far, he should have gone on, but he stopped. And that gave Edwards the chance, and Edwards did not punish Forest. Oh, yeah, knocking this back to McGovern. Butlin. Robertson. Oh, and Franks went flying in then. Sold himself completely. Went diving in. Not too sure he made contact afterwards, but down goes Robertson, the free kick given. McGovern knocking it on. With. Oh, yeah. Clark driving in. Butlin! He's got it it this time, and he's onside this time, and it's 2-0. Good smart thinking by Barry Butlin. I can see now this driving run in a moment from Clark. This is what really set it up. Bangs it across, and Butlin spotted it. Right boot. Brown going the wrong way, couldn't get back. Garner then for Sheffield United. Hamilton knocks it on for Ludlam. O'Neill, number 8, going with Ludlam. In for Hamilton. Good ball. Edwards. That was handball, and that was McGovern giving away a penalty. That was a very foolish thing. He knew he'd done it the minute it had happened. There was no need for it at all. There's McGovern beaten. Now he goes back into the box. There. The left hand up. Penalty. Hamilton. It's 2-1. Chico Hamilton's 3rd goal of the season. 2nd from the penalty spot. And that one moment as he drives it left side. In fact, Middleton went the right way, but couldn't reach it. Curran. Away from Ludlam. There's 4 men gathered round Curran, and they couldn't stop him. Lays a good ball off for Butlin. And that's got to be a foul by young Paul Garner. And I'm afraid he's going to get the yellow card for it. The yellow card for this incident. Butlin goes in, and quite clearly from behind, Paul Garner, no way he could escape the free kick. So Curran with the free kick. Come down for O'Neill. Hoiked up there, and Curran's onside. Curran finding to get it back. Bowyer, and it's 3. Remarkable goal for Ian Bowyer, which delights the Nottingham Forest fans. Really was remarkable. That hoiked-up ball, Curran onside. Now, a fine bit of goalkeeping here from Brown. He was dead unlucky to lose the ball. Curran did well to knock it back, and Bowyer is in. Franks with the throw, picks up Woodward. Flying in, McGovern. Cahoon has to play this ball. In for Flynn. Off for the substitute, Kenworthy. Ludlam aiming for Hamilton. O'Neill stopped it. Now Curran. Curran got through 2, got through 3. And a shot on for Anderson. No, the shot for Curran, and there it is. Terry Curran, and how he deserves that goal, because it's all down to him right from the start. 4-0. Look at him now. Gets a bit of luck here. The referee plays advantage as Garner tried to stop him. He's away from Garner. He goes again. There's another one gone. That was Ludlam. All on his own. Chased now by the substitute Kenworthy. The ball off to his right. Nice return ball this from Anderson. Bingo. Terry Curran. It's Curran. Ludlam at his back. O'Neill. To Bowyer. Clark. Robertson trying for it at the far side. Away from Woodward. Now goes against Franks. In for O'Neill. Back for McGovern. Stretched for Curran. Anderson to spur Forest forward again. In for Bowyer. Curran. And he's still driving in there. And the shot there, beautifully in for Peter With, although he didn't hammer it as hard as he should. It's 5-1. Lovely bit of unselfish play by Terry Curran eventually. Anderson playing this ball in. Bowyer sticking it in for Curran. He should have been tackled out of it, wasn't. Might have had a half chance himself, but sticks it for With, who topped his shot. Brown got a touch, but it still goes in the back of the net. 5-1. Calvert then for Sheffield United. Franks. Frank Clark for Forest. Come down for Butlin to With. For Robertson. He goes against Franks. Curran can knock it back in again. And the shot is there for O'Neill, who didn't get it. Oh, he measured it, struck it well, but didn't score. Now it's Curran. That looked like a touch of the handballs, but not given by Kenworthy. Ludlam robbed, in possession. Bowyer. Still the pressure on. Anderson. There's a gap for him to attack. And he got there. He got there. Viv Anderson, the very first goal of his career in this his 42nd appearance for Forest. That's brought them to their feet again. 6-0. There was so much happening here. This first off, coming back from Curran. Half cleared. O'Neill's shot. Charged down. Still it was on for Curran. Runs back in again. Looked like a penalty for a second. Not given. And now we wait for the number 2. After Bowyer wins and fights and grabs this ball, here's number 2, Anderson. Look at the gap in front of him. He sees it, he goes in there, and there's the drive. It struck Brown, but went on into the net. 6 is the score.
And that's it. Don't forget, though, World Cup football on Wednesday night. England against Finland, and you can see it only on ITV at 10:30. Of course, it's the night when England must go searching for goals. And we leave you today with a man who certainly knows how to find those goals. Derek Hales of Charlton.
Floated in there. Few headers there, and Hales! Well, he's gone past him. And he's got a good cross in. Oh, what a goal! Berry coming up fast from the back. 6'2" defender. It won't reach him. And it's there by Hales. It's his hat-trick.